Al, she, her pronouns. I'm with the Illinois Union of the Homeless, here with Bebhinn and the other Chicago folks. And I think we've begun to organize specifically at a shelter called Spark in Chicago. We've been going there really consistently. We were kind of bouncing around a little bit, and we started this summer. We started going to one place over and over every week. We're there every week, and I think that being there every week, talking to people every week, is how I began to really kind of see in real time that connection between experiencing houselessness and then struggling to get medical benefits. Hearing people tell stories about how they have been taking care of their wounds for decades. Like they have had to teach themselves how to care for themselves outside of the system. They struggle to get prescriptions. They don't have addresses. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have an address, there isn't a lot that you can do. And so I think that hearing people say oh yeah, actually you don't need to wrap this up. Thank you. You don't need to wrap this up. I can do it myself. Oh, you don't. Do you have this? You have Tylenol? Do you have Advil? That's all I need because this prescription that I had to figure out how to get doesn't work with it. They just have had to learn how to do it on their own because the system has totally forgotten them. And so I think for me that really drove home this is how these two are so deeply interconnected. Yeah.
Hey everyone, my name's Weber. I use they, them pronouns, from Chicago, like I said, with the Illinois Union of the Homeless. One story that really, personal story, someone who I was working with I work in early childhood education, and one of the teachers in the other classrooms at my school, when I started, was having healthcare issues, has had a chronic pain issue their whole life that they've never been able to get a clear diagnosis on, and just becoming close friends with them as they were going through such a frustrating and heartbreaking and angering, upsetting process of being gaslit by medical systems that couldn't give them a diagnosis and then wouldn't cover the coverage that they needed, to then being gaslit at work for not being able to show up in a room of children the way that, people are expected to as teachers, the expectations of ability, and having to lose their job because they couldn't stay healthy and keep working and lose housing and experience, having to stay with family as a trans person who wasn't safe for them mentally and all of it just spiraling and healthcare issues cause housing issues, cause healthcare issues, cause housing issues. So I'm really grateful that we were, they're in such a better place now, and as their friend and with community, we've been able to get them into, and they've been able to, of course, do so much to find more stability, but that experience of those months walking with them was such a personal lesson in the connection between healthcare and housing.
Thank you, Robert.